Great story. We've had a little bit more cloudiness around and a big warm up today as high temperatures got into the lower 70s compared to yesterday where we stayed in the 50s. Cloud cover, the moisture coming back in from the Gulf, and that'll all continue up until a cold front moves in sometime probably tomorrow morning. I think it'll even be before the noon hour. At the moment, we've had kind of a mix of sun and clouds. You can kind of see our camera shaking there as the winds have been pretty breezy, sustained at 14 miles an hour, but gusting even higher. Temperatures are back into the 60s. Dew points are back into the upper 50s and low 60s. And while we were cool this morning, most locations as we got the day started were 15 plus degrees warmer than at that same time yesterday morning. So the warm up has certainly returned, but that'll be short lived as the temperatures are going to be coming way down for tomorrow. But we are not yet into that Arctic air mass. This first cold front that's on the way will certainly bring our temperatures down, but we've got time to prepare for the hard freeze. In the 60s outside at the moment, and with dew points in the upper 50s and low 60s and probably coming up a few more degrees. In fact, the dew points have been steadily rising all day today. That will likely keep our temperatures overnight tonight in the 60s. So a much milder kind of damp feel overnight tonight. If the winds do settle enough, but I think they're going to stay up, that could even lead to a little bit of patchy fog. But I don't think that's going to be an issue as our winds will stay on the brisk side. Here comes our next upper disturbance that'll bring in the cold front and the cool down. Now this one not as aggressive, not as strong as the system that moved in earlier in the week. So we are not expecting the severe weather outbreak, at least this far to the south, or most of the energy is with this system farther north. That is going to be where there is a better threat for severe storms. North Mississippi, Arkansas, and moving to the east. For us, it is a low end threat with most of the models very, very limited on rain coverage along the front. And as I said, we'll probably see that front move through well before the noon hour. A lot of the models have kind of sped up a bit. And so probably by 10, 11, 12 o'clock, we'll already start to get that colder air moving in with temperatures dropping for the rest of the day. And the rain that we are expecting tomorrow morning is not going to be a deluge type washout. We'll see plenty of sunshine Friday into Saturday with kind of increasing cloud cover and another brief little increase in temperatures Sunday before the Arctic air arrives for next week. As far as our severe threat goes, again, fairly low, a low end threat, a level 1 for the South Shore, a level 2 for the North Shore, but much, much greater as you head farther to the north. So that's going to be the main focus for really any severe weather from this front moving on in. Then we'll be looking ahead to the Arctic air. Again, the air mass that is on the move now, temperatures are in the 30s. The air mass that will be spreading across the nation, this is where it is. Minus 26, minus 37. This is like polar type air from the North Pole. It makes its way. We talk about the polar vortex. Well, that is centered over northwestern Canada, and it is going to be pushing south. So we are in store for across, I say we, meaning the entire United States, is in store for a blast of cold air. Obviously, the coldest of that does not get all the way down to the Gulf Coast, but some very chilly temperatures for kind of a longer duration. We're looking at several days. In fact, even beyond our normal 7-day forecast, the next 10 days calling for a high likelihood of our temperature staying below normal, and for the next 2 weeks, a high likelihood of our temperature staying below normal. That doesn't mean 2 weeks of Arctic-like temperatures. It is just that it looks as though the second half of the month will be much colder. Temperatures going to be coming down early tomorrow. A cool but milder weekend compared to the air mass that is on the way. The coldest mornings look to be Tuesday in the 20s and low 30s. We may be cold enough Tuesday morning for possibly a hard freeze outside of the city, certainly on the North Shore. Wednesday morning is when we're looking at a hard freeze for both sides of the lake and the metro area. North Shore temperatures Wednesday morning will likely be in the teens. The reason the temperatures don't look to be as cold on Tuesday is it looks like the winds will stay up. If we get strong enough winds, that prevents the temperatures from bottoming out. So temperatures, while still cold Tuesday, may avoid the hard freeze in the metro area. Certainly I would have those pipes protected, but you still have a few more days to go. Again, with the cold front that's on the way for early tomorrow, with a light freeze on the North Shore, that is not pipe weather. The pipe weather arrives Tuesday morning and continues into Wednesday and possibly into next Thursday morning as well.